Welcome back to Say No More Media. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Tonight, as you can see by the thumbnail, can Julian Lewis handle the pressure of being the starting quarterback for the 2026 belt season for the Colorado Buffaloes? Look, bro, we coming off a long season in which the media got their ha-has off. Everybody got their I told you so's off. We understand. We had a quarterback carousel in 2025 that was crazy, but one thing we did have promising going into 2026, we understood who our quarterback was. We understood who he was. And I ain't gonna lie, Julian Lewis played good in his final 3 games, starting the final, 2 games, the last game against West Virginia. But how is the pressure gonna be when we understand who your coach is, number one, how much pressure it is coming on us with this season? Because I don't care what anybody says. It's the 4th season of the Coach Prime Deion Sanders there. And us being there from every step of the way, we more than that. We better than that. Last year was not a true reflection of what we was. And I think this season is a true reflection that we're going to be able to get back to showing people, y'all really got us twisted, bro. It's not really that. Last season was not us at all, bro. Like, you guys could attest to that. That's not what it is. Hold on, let me see. My screen showing bet. So, the true question I have here tonight, what I want to tap in is, can Julian Lewis handle that pressure? Not just the pressure on the field, not the X's and the O's, not the defensive schemes that they'll be throwing at Julian Lewis because they're going to be dialing it up, trying to pressure a young quarterback to make erratic throws. But can he handle the pressure of what it is to be the quarterback for the Colorado Buffaloes, bro? We all seen what Deion Sanders went through and the type of pressure he was under. But it's different when it's your pops and it's your dad. You playing for more than just a school. You know, you're playing for your legacy, your family name, your family dynamic. So he has huge shoes to fill. I ain't gonna lie. Last year, we could see the quarterback situation. We didn't live up to the expectations. That's legendary, bro. To be a Colorado quarterback, you got to be legendary. Think 2023. Think that Colorado State game when we had a minute left on the field. We have to drive down the field, score again in overtime, to win the game. That's the type of pressure Julian Lewis is going to be under in 2026, but that's another thing that's on the field. Now we're talking about Coach Prime and the coaching staff. What's our winning record overall in the 4th season? Are we 1-3 with a winning record? Are we 2-2 with a winning record? The quarterback plays a lot into this, and especially with a new offense, they're going with the Brendan Marion and the go-go offense. There's a lot of pressure on Julian Lewis, but from what I seen last season on the field, vibes, what it do, what's good. From what I seen on the season to end the year, he had a great chemistry with Omarion Miller. So for me, heading back into 2026, I was like, man, wish we could have kept Omarion Miller. Now with Jordan Seaton in particular, he didn't play with Jordan Seaton at all. So it's not going to be a loss there. There's going to be a loss there for the program, of course. You never want to lose an NFL first-round talent. But for Julian Lewis in particular, did he look forward to having Jordan Seaton protecting his left side, NFL caliber tackle? Yes. But from what we've surrounded him with, revamping the O-line, I mean, size shouldn't be a problem with us now. Putting it all together in this new go-go offense, they're working. So right now, Julian Lewis has to pick up a whole new offense. We understand as a quarterback, especially in college football, he's a 5-star quarterback with a lot of prestige. Darryl Fox was good. And Juju we trust, absolutely. He's not just a regular quarterback, bro. He was the top 3 rated quarterback in his class, reclassified, did all that 5-star stuff that you see now in 2026, reclassified, enrolled early, was 17 years old on a college campus, and he got handed over the keys by Deion Sanders. If you've seen the promo video for him taking over at quarterback, Shedeur was handing him the keys. So now it's his car to drive. Now there's no more, we brought a senior in and we're going to go with him. We trust him more in the office. Now in Juju we trust, like you just said. And for Julian Lewis, this means a lot for him too. This is an NFL projected quarterback based on his high school career and where he was headed. 5 stars. 5 stars, I don't care where you end up going, you have the projection of being an NFL quarterback. So this is huge for him and his family, of course. Coach Prime used a red shirt on him last season. He said he wants to look out for the kid. He felt like that was in his best interest. Cool. So last season, even though we could have played him for more games, I felt if we were going to redshirt him, we could have played him and maximized him more games, because let's keep it real. Our quarterback situation was treacherous last season with the Staub, Salter, Julian Lewis, just the mesh and how we never really got on the same page. What we're used to Colorado quarterbacks lighting it up. Where my football at? Yeah, I ain't even here. Anyways, we're used to Colorado footballs like Deion Sanders lighting it up, being brash, being boastful, going up to the student section, putting the wrist up. That's what it takes to be a Colorado quarterback, bro. Like, yeah, we figured out real fast that quarterback job ain't easy, bro. It wasn't easy to do what two did. You feel me? It really wasn't. So for now with Julian Lewis, he got huge shoes to fill because Shedeur basically laid the standard. He set the standard, bro. And for us Colorado football fans, that's our standard too. So no wonder we were so hard on Salter last season. No wonder we were so hard on Staub last season because, bro, we have expectations now. If anything, win, lose, or draw, we got expectations at that quarterback, bro. We got expectations that our quarterback's gonna go out there and pop it, and he's gonna hand out belt. And when we need to make a play, we know our quarterback's gonna go out there and do his thing. People underestimate Juju running ability. Yeah, I agree. He is definitely mobile. Absolutely. Not only can Juju handle the pressure, he wants the pressure. I love it. I love it. Not only can he handle the pressure, he wants the pressure. And that's the type of pressure he's expecting to see on Sundays, bro. This is an NFL caliber quarterback right here. He has all the grades, all the intangibles. He's on 20. We should be seeing him in Sundays in 3 years. That's the projection. Colorado is his first start. For our quarterback, we understand reading coverages. We understanding blitz pickup. We had a hard time with that last season. It seemed like it seemed like our quarterback in the scheme couldn't even pick up a blitz. Like, it just looked like we were just completely rattled. So for Julian Lewis, from what I've seen so far with him on paper, he's ready. He's ready for that. And he wants the smoke. He didn't leave. He didn't duck. He didn't hit the portal. Let's keep it real. You got to salute when people don't hit the portal, bro. He said, come on, bring that pressure on, because he knows what Coach Prime, he's seen what he did with his son. Now, Shedeur fell into the 5th round. That's neither here nor there, but we put a quarterback in the draft. So we can surround you with the pieces. We got the DeAndre Moore Jr.'s, the Scooteros, the Perrys, and the receiving core that he comes back. He trusts right now. Quanell, Joseph Williams, Quentin Gibson were probably some of the most highest upside we've seen. Caleb Mathis, he believes, so he didn't run from adversity. So that's one thing you got to say, and you got to give your props to Julian Lewis. Now, this pressure, this Big 12 pressure, this 2026 season pressure, we understand. We all understand what that means, bro. There's a lot rolling on this season. Commits, future commits. Do they want to? We already said, all right, this season, this is it. We already popping it. Ain't no taking back now. It's 2026. For me, this is belt season. We got belt last year. This season, we ain't going out like that. Now, with that comes huge expectations and huge shoes to fill. And when you're a Colorado Buffaloes, it's even more amplified. We're not even the most profitable team in the NCAA, but we get the most media buzz. We're not a super Power 5 conference, SEC, ACC, Texas, Michigan, Ohio State, but we are the media headlines. Y'all can agree? Drop 100 if we know that Colorado's going to be the media headlines every year because of who the head coach is, what his teams represent, and right now we got to pop it, especially on offense. Now with Brendan Marion coming over in this go-go offense, bro, it's going to play. So one thing I did, I was like, all right, so how's this going to work out for the receivers coming back in 2026? Because we understand that the go-go offense is basically proclamated on running the ball, misdirections, you know what I mean? Power, zone, but for Julian Lewis, that is a young quarterback's dream, a run game. Not all the pressure's on me. I don't have to go out there and throw it 40 times a game and try to win the game as a true freshman in the Big 12 where all the teams got better. They got better in the portal. They got better with their high school transfer. It's a reset. The better teams got better. That's how it's supposed to be. Now we got to put it all on paper. Elder Wayne, what's going on? 100. Appreciate y'all being in here. That's right. Yeah, if you guys can hit the thumbs up, I really appreciate it. But nah, back to this, bro. The go-go offense, the scheme that he's going to be able to see. Him being able to not only put all that together on paper, but being comfortable doing it while he's doing it. So I feel like him and Brendan Marion, you need an offensive coordinator that you're on the same page with. If you want to go back and look at the X's and O's and the go-go playbook I put it on my membership now. It's golden. I put a lot of work in that, but I broke down the formations, the schemes. If you already seen it before, I got that on my membership page now, so you can go check that out. Everything you need to know about the go-go offense, Brian, and what the scheme is, the wide receivers we have, the different formations we're going to run. I spent about 2 hours on that, so if you want to view that video, it is available right now on my memberships. But for Julian Lewis, I feel like if he didn't believe in what Brendan Marion's scheme was, he would have hit the portal, right? If he didn't believe in what Coach Prime's going to have coming back for the next season with such a high, with a lot of pressure, he got just as much pressure right on his career as Jordan Seaton. They both were 5 stars coming out of high school, but one thing, he stayed. He didn't dip. So you got to salute that. You got to give the respect to him. He wants that type of pressure. Like he said in the chat, like Darrell said, bro, he's not running from the pressure. He's embracing it. Come on. And that's what we need, bro. We need to, and I don't know if you guys have seen this already, but from what I've seen so far, Colorado understands the importance of this year. Not just on the field, it's important. Offensively, we only average 20 points a game, bro. That's a touchdown, less than three touchdowns for the entire game. Our third down, we were so predictable last season, bro. It was run on first, pass, punt. Run on first, pass, punt. Now, with the go-go offense, brings a fifth quarter, a tempo. We want to create tempo. We're going to have different receiving groups coming in and out. We're going to have different running back groups coming in and out. All Julian Lewis has to go out there is master the go-go offense, bro. Master the formula. Master the go-go offense. Understand what it takes to be successful. Now, his running mobility is going to be crucial because if you watch Sac State's offense last season, having a mobile quarterback only adds another dynamic to the go-go offense that the defense has to worry about on an RPO. If the edge crashes down, can we wrap around on the end? But Julian does have some bursts now. I want to see it like he's getting that weight on right now. He's putting that weight on because he's going to have to be able to run in this offense for it to be that successful. Now, I know Brendan Mary can tweak the offense. There's going to be some 4 wide sets, some 5 wide sets. We're going to see some sync. We're going to see some 2 high sets, some base go-go package. You understand that. But the best thing he's going to have is I think this year's team on paper offensively is way better than last year's. How y'all feel? Do y'all feel like this year's team is way better than last year's team? Is Young at practice yet? I don't believe so. I haven't seen him. You know, a lot of these guys are still dealing with, eligibility, paperwork being released from your team. Some people got to move up to Boulder, So I don't think we've seen everybody on campus yet. Even some of our high school players, I don't know if all of them are early enrollees and got here. Of course, they want to get here for the beginning of the the spring semester in Colorado. But yeah, that's a good point. I don't know if I've seen Richard Young yet. If you've seen Richard Young yet, let me know in the chat. Appreciate y'all being here. If you can hit the thumbs up too. So now the pressure that we've seen already from 2023. The Colorado Buffaloes was the laughing stock of the Pac-12 before Coach Prime even got there. We got to stop right there and understand what we inherited. And then what he was able to build in a season, because he told everybody when he got there, I'm bringing my Louis, I'm bringing my luggage, all y'all out of here. And I ain't going to hold you. Think about that for a second, bruh. Like, this is how cold the college football game is. And I'm not saying that this is what Colorado did because this happens everywhere, but a coach comes, he recruits you. He comes and sits with your parents, or he comes and talks to your parents. He's telling you, we want you to bring your kid here. We're here for the future. We're locked in. We're here for the long run. Elder brother, I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate it. So a coach comes and sits in your room. He tells you, hey, we're here for the long run. I want you to trust your son with me, da-da-da-da-da. But this is a business. They come for one season. Your son's a freshman or sophomore. They turned down. They had 12. They had 20, 15 offers, Power 5 offers. People throwing in a bag, all this, but they chose to go to your school, right? Let's say for Colorado, for instance. So all those kids who were getting recruited in Boulder and Colorado, Denver, and then Coach Prime comes in 2023. Yeah, 2023, like, hey, I'm bringing my own luggage. Respectfully, when you give a coach a team, he has to bring in his players. He's inheriting, and he's inheriting players from a losing record. So he only kept like 4 players from that previous team. It was like Ben Finiseth, it was the governor, it was Trevor Woods, a couple other players that he kept. Charlie Offedal. Not a lot of players stay from that last year's team. So I say that to say, this is the college football world is a tough world, bro. Like, there's business. So you imagine you're Colorado, you got picked up by Colorado in 2023, and then a head coach comes in and you got to dip. Now you got to hit the portal. Now you got to go find a new school, but that's the business of it. So now with this season, it's the same thing happening all over again, because that's how it happens in college. That's how it happens in college football, not just Colorado. You come into the season. And so last season, you see what we did? It's the same thing he did when he came. He had to completely flip the roster. He kept people on this roster. He kept people on this team who bought into the system, who ain't bringing no drama from last year, who is a part of the drama from last year, who is a part of the issue. All of that matters. So him getting rid of those guys or asking them to hit the portal. Not everybody hit the portal because it was money. Some people are still in the portal that probably left. To be real with you, some players had to go because it has to be a complete reshift. It has to be a complete reset in 2026. We can't have last year's mentality, last year's gripes, last year's worries coming into 20. And that was the coaches included too. There's a lot of coaches not there this season. That he's already made the changes. The recruiting coordinator Phillips is gone. I've seen our special teams guys gone. Marshall Falk is gone. And that happened every year. The year before, Deion Lewis left. Dancy with the fade. You remember Dancy with the fade? He's gone. Loadhart's gone. Coach Mo, the whole strength and conditioning staff is gone. And I ain't gonna lie, last year was the first season it felt like a brand new team, like a whole new staff. Everything, the pieces of the puzzle just didn't fit. Y'all can agree. Y'all watched it. Elder Fox, if he's smart, Juju should put in a lot of extra work time with his receivers so they get the timing down. Absolutely. And with Brendan Marion being a former NFL wide receiver who got invited to camp, led the nation at Tulsa in yards per catch and over 22 yards, he understands the type of chemistry and the type of relationship and the type of time it takes to be with a wide receiver. Some people like they fades back shoulder. Some people like they fade over to drop it in the bucket. Somebody says put it up there. I like, Joseph Williams likes to go up there and head top. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, then you're able to build those chemistry with the receivers, and you're able to tell the offensive coordinator, Brendan Marion, Coach Prime, because I don't care what nobody says. You sit down with your quarterback and you ask him, who's your four? I guarantee, bro, I don't care who was doing what in camp, who stood out. Shador still had to sit down with Shermer and Coach Prime and say, hey, look, these my four. This is what I feel comfortable with. Now, when we run this package, when we go here, okay, I want these two in on this route. That's what quarterbacks do. That's a great point. That's what quarterbacks do. Quarterbacks want who they want for specific routes. Ooh, I need Quentin on this post corner route right here. Oh, I want Scudero on a drag real quick. You know what I'm saying? I want Cam Perry on a post just because I know he can get up there. So, yeah, absolutely. That's the point. So, yeah, with this season, bro, especially just looking like shout out to Well Off Media, Reach View Media, pregame, all those guys up there covering Colorado, because now we're going to see the demeanor. We're going to see the coaches there for long hours. We're getting to see the training staff there for long hours. Everybody understands the importance of this season, and the quarterback got to be the superstar. We need ticket sales in Boulder, bruh. We can't have the fans walking out the stadium in the third quarter like they did last season. I ain't never seen that, bro. But that was me here at the table too. When you have a team and that's your team, I was hot, bro. Turn the TV off through the controller. Told him I'm off, y'all, bro. I'm through. I was done getting belt. I ain't gonna lie. So how you think it is with them college students out there when they're used to rushing the field? They're used to having, we got Travis Hunter was out there, and I know I can't keep going back to the 2024 season because if you can't learn to let something go, you'll never move on, right? We can't keep going back to 2024. But I'll be damned if we have another one like 2025. That's it. Cut the show. I'm done. We're 2025, bruh. Utah, cut the show. Arizona, cut the show. I'm done. Arizona State, couldn't take it no more, bro. It got bad last season. He's not starting over Juju. What? What's going on? What are we talking about? You're laced, and he basically said he's coming for Juju spot. Start Ponder. Johnson Island, good point, brother. Nobody expects to be, as a college football player, good point. Wilson's younger brother, Ponder's there. Of course, I want to beat this dude out. You might tell me he's a starting quarterback. He might be getting the highest paid on offense. He's 1.2, 1.7, whatever he's getting this season. Of course, I'm going to try to beat him out in camp. I'm not just going to sit back and say, oh, it's his. He got it. But it's Juju's spot to lose, though. That's clear this year. It's Julian's spot to lose. It's Julian's spot to lose. Now, is Ponder, do these guys want to play? Do they want to support? There's a healthy way, like, look, being in college sports, being in any sport, there's a way to have a healthy competition and not have it take it personal. Now, you can take it personal to the point to where, hey, if Ponder knew that, he already knew Julian was the starting quarterback, so he could have hit the portal, but he stayed and said, hey, that's my, I don't want to be a backup, but if something ever happens to Julian, injuries, it's football, right? We see quarterbacks go down all the time. Look what happened to the Bengals this season. Look what happened to the Niners this season. Your starting quarterback might not be this quarterback you end with at the year. That's just part of football. Right or wrong, drop 100 right there. Y'all know it's up for that. So I agree with that. He's 6'4". Yeah, he's 6'4". He be running people over too. Marion Alexander, Juju messed up not going to USC. They wanted USC bad, bruh. He was sitting behind Juju last season. Now, he definitely was. He was sitting behind Juju, Staub, and Salter, but he stayed, though. He didn't hit the portal. So, obviously, he feels like, again, we're going to need our depth chart characterized. We're going to need people to understand. But, yeah, go compete, bro. That's the same thing I said about the wide receivers coming in this year. Quentin Gibson ain't sitting back and saying, oh, there's Scudero, oh, there's Perry, oh, there's Campbell. I guess I'm just going to the bench. Nah, I just felt like, me personally, I had to step back for a second and say, damn, bro, I'm forgetting about Quentin Gibson because I'm seeing Scudero's highlights. I'm seeing the portal. I'm watching the channels. I'm covering it. I'm looking at Perry. I'm like, ooh, Perry, nice, bro. He's sick with it. Bouncy, athletic. He can go up there. But then I'm just like, nah, Q, preseason All-American, AP All-American kick return. We got boys that are hungry too. So I feel like, and then we got Campbell, rolls out of bed and runs a 4.3. This is a healthy problem to have. I was just looking, Scudero and ESPN Gibson was like on the top 100 ESPN like portal rankings. Like Scudero literally had an NFL grade. He could have left after the season he just put up. So think about it. You got somebody who just led the nation in receiving yards. Most guys would have dipped and said, I'm gone. I'm to the league, right? The coaching staff, that's crazy, brother. I can't even say that on here. But Johnson, what you on, P? That's crazy work. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, so competition is good, depth is good because quarterback, hey, let's go. Like quarterbacks are gonna have games where they're healthy, quarterbacks are gonna have games where they're not healthy. So having a healthy competition is important. Right now is establishing. Right now, it's weights, conditioning, winter workout, getting better. Now, Julian Lewis meeting with Brendan Marion, understanding the offense, meeting with the receivers, meeting with the tight ends, understanding where the pockets are going to be, where the depth, where he wants the wide receivers at his depth, understanding the running backs, getting the handoffs. He got a bunch of new running backs he got to get his hands off with. A new center. He has to understand who the center is. Him and the center got to get their snap right. Now, that's all the offseason work because technically NCAA rules, they can't technically touch the football or have organized team activities till March. It's like another 6 weeks or so. Y'all don't know ball. It's okay. Hey, this is the chat for it, bro. Come on now. Let me know something in the chat. Johnson, we here for it. Hey, bro, this is the littest chat on YouTube. What you talking about when it comes to Colorado football? You better talk it. What's up with it? If y'all can hit the thumbs up, I appreciate it. If y'all can hit the thumbs up, I appreciate it. Is this RJ Johnson from Colorado? RJ, is that you? Let me know, bro. Man, we could have RJ in the chat right now. You never know. Click on his profile. Is it Hey, RJ, is that you, bro? Let me know something. Let me see what we say here, bro. I didn't want to miss nobody's message because Prime can't coach. Oh, Johnson's talking. Oh, Prime can't coach. God bless you, brother. Juju look like a 6th grade. He do have a young, bro, watching all the coaches being involved in some actually working out with the team the year different, I promise y'all. Absolutely, bro. Everybody understands the importance of this season. Everybody was under. It takes men to sit in the room, bro, and say, hey, this is what you did last season. It didn't work. Hey, coach, this is what you did last season. It didn't work. That's okay. You don't get better without having somebody tell you. The rooms that don't get better is the rooms where you can't tell nobody they're always right. Nothing never happened. Bro, if everybody was right, head coach down, athletic director down, we wouldn't have went 3-9 and 1-8. But Coach Prime already came out and took accountability and said, that's on me. That's what a head coach, a leader is supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. You feel me? So if they said it, then that makes everybody else be able to be like, I'm accountable too. Yeah, you know what? My room didn't do the best. My offense, my tight end room could have got better. My corners for sure could have got better. D-line, trash last season. Bubba Dub voice. Bill. Don't even get me started on that, bro. Offensive play calling last season, trash. Let's keep it real, bro. Shout out to Bubba Dub, bro. That was crazy last season. Right on, brother. All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and There it is. All right, we ain't gonna worry about that no more. Moving right along. Hey, if you know me, after the season we got last year, I don't have time for that. I ain't gonna hold you. God bless you, brother. Be great. Hey, go be great. Just not here. It ain't happening here. Not in the say no more chat. No, we ain't got time for that, bro. Johnson on the ballot for sure. Yeah, we gonna keep it moving right along. We ain't got time for that this year. Great point though, vibes, bro. Great point. Everybody's locked in, and the way Brendan Marion's there, bro. Brendan Marion might be sleeping at the office, bro. Coach Prime might be sleeping at the office. Swayze was working out Jeremiah Brown tonight. He might be at the office. Y'all want to check out Jeremiah Brown? He getting ready, look like Jeremiah Brown getting ready for the NFL, getting his workout in. Let's do that for a second. I'm gonna get back to talking my stuff, but like just like Swayze, bro, Swayze might live at Colorado. The way he looking, bro. Everybody understands the importance of this season, bro. That said, yeah, got him out of there, Far. He's out of there. That's hey, enough's enough. That's my saying. Enough's enough. Here in this chat, drop your stuff. We gonna pop it. We gonna talk. We just gonna keep it. Come on, bro. It ain't that serious, bro. Hey, best of luck to you, brother. Best of luck. He's out of here. Not gonna hold you. You're out of here, buddy. We don't deal with that here. That's a no go. All right, perfect example, right? This is a perfect example. Swayze looked like he left the building, bro. We're going to jump over to Reach the People Media real quick. I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to just do a live reaction to Reach the People Media. Swayze looked like he got there at 4 in the morning. This looked like it's about 5, 6 at night. Still in Colorado. Swayze still working. That's the type of passion I'm talking about for 2026, bro. Everybody locked in. Marion posted Juju and the other quarterbacks writing up formations on his story already. Right on, D. Yeah. X's and O's, bro. We got a people's coach. We got a people's coach in Brendan Marion. We got a player's coach, somebody who's relatable, somebody who got a story, bro, somebody who understood the grind, what it takes. Everybody's hungry. Brendan Marion's trying to be a head coach. He understands. Prime gave me this opportunity. Prime said, hey, I want you here, bro. I believe in your system. They interviewed other offensive coordinators. They interviewed other people. He said, I want you here. Of course they going to get with it. What about mental conditioning? The go-go takes a selfless mindset, not an I am him mindset. Oh, yeah, everybody eats. No block, no rock. Brendan Marion, I definitely believe in his philosophy and being a former head coach at Sacramento State. They just went 7-5. It's a team system. He created the go-go offense for a team with not a lot of talent, no eye guy. So that's a great point, Marine Alexander. That's a great point. He created the offense for a team that didn't have a lot of talent. I got to get guys open because guys can't get off the ball. He can't. Yeah, it's like he said on any given Sunday. We got a quarterback who ain't going to produce nothing like that type of offense. You got players that's what the go-go offense was made for. So, yeah, you give Brendan Marion power 4 talent. Now you got FCS is cool, but now you give somebody who's a master plan. It's like taking somebody who worked at a Ford motorship and now he's there at Tesla. They get all the new high-tech stuff. That's like moving from an FCS level. The cafeteria is more elite. The weight room is more elite. The team meetings is more elite. The film room is more elite. The team gears are more elite. So that just brings more out of a creator like Brendan Marion. Now you surround him with greatness. You surround him with gold jackets, Warren Sapp, Coach Prime, other great. He about to bring in some of his staff too. He got to bring in some of his players. Oh, yeah, we ready to roll. But no, that all goes to the Buffalo. So even with Swayze, bro, Swayze ain't even left the gym yet. Crazy.
Boom. Nice. There you go.
Martavius French, I felt like he came over with a lot of portal hype. Perfect example. Came over with a lot of production. Came over at FCS level. Had a lot of portal hype. But, understanding the depth chart, that's something I want to see in 2026. Having a clear understanding of who the depth chart is. We understand by camp, week before season 1, we've already identified, and the players are going to do that. The players are going to identify who's starting and who not. That the cream always sells, though. The cream always rises to the top. Pause. You feel me? Like it always rises to the top. Man, Marion going to be the best hire CP has ever got. We have to make it worth it this year. I feel like we won't have him for a long. He's good to stay at LC. Nah, we won't have him for long. We won't. That's some good old. Yeah, we won't have him for long because people understand you got to take them opportunities, bro. He comes here, he puts up 30 points per game. He puts up 33 points per game in the Big 12. NFL gonna come calling. SEC gonna come calling. ACC gonna come calling. And then that's when you go, like every other person, like NFL free agents, like Coach Prime's done before. The price just went up. The ticket just went up. The price ain't yesterday's price, ain't today's price. And then Colorado has to say, all right, we got to go over our numbers. We got to look at our collective. We got to look at what players we got to pay, what coaches is, who's up, who's re-up. Can we afford them, or we already support him to go get? Of course, you're gonna want to keep him, but he got to produce. He got to produce right now too. Marion understands what this means for himself too. Being able to come to the Big 12, bro. We just put a number 2 pick in the NFL draft last season out of the Big 12. Come on now, a Heisman winner just came out of the Big 12. So it's been done with less of an offensive mind, like Pat Shurmur. No disrespect to Pat Shurmur. I don't want to see him keep catching strays because in 2024, it looked good, didn't it? In 24 it looked good. But yeah, last year it didn't. But yeah, so we've already seen. So think about it for Coach Marion. Pat Shurmur, as the offensive coordinator in 2024, put 4 wide receivers in the league and a quarterback. I'm just saying. So expectations for him, he want to put 5 wide receivers in the league and a quarterback. Ain't no quarterback going this year. Juju ain't eligible, but I'm saying those when you writing them goals out as an offensive coordinator, man, I want to go offense, 35 points per game in the Big 12. I want my running back to lead. I want 2 of my running backs to lead the Big 12. I want my quarterback to eat. He wants everybody to eat in the go offense for sure. Yeah, coaches must start the best players this season. That was a problem for us last year, brother. Depth chart analysis. Who was deciding that was the best to put out there? Belt. I'll keep it real on my channel, bro. It was hard to finish some games last season because we was out there getting routed, taking bad angles, defensive line getting pushed back to the safeties. Fourth quarter came, it was a wrap. They could run the ball on us. So yeah, I want to see that better this season. We keep it real on here, bro. You can say what you want to say. I don't because I know I really support the team. That's the only way you get better. All of us seen something that we feel like we can get better at. And if you can't talk about it, then how you gonna get better? That's not 3-9 and 1-8 don't scream we don't have nothing to work on. I couldn't stand this off season. I was reading everything gonna be all right. You just gotta know it wasn't all right. We gotta make some changes, and that's what they did. There ain't no feelings, there ain't no emotions in this, bro. Them other teams is gonna give us their best, bro. What a better time than just bury Colorado, bro. They know this is they could bury it this season, bro. Back to back, we can't go. We ain't going out. And that's what I think the players ain't going. The players ain't going. It's going to get back to that speech that Coach Prime gave before that TCU game, bro. I'm telling you, the players ready to ride for him this season. You got to have them type of players. You got to have them players that's like, touch my coach if you want to. You feel me? This was it right here, but this speech was fire right here. I ain't gonna hold you. We gonna go over this speech, bro. This speech against TCU. Yeah, me wanting to get back out there, put my helmet on. Pause. Yes, because Marion, the next coach in Wayne CP, isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Right on, Zulu. He ain't. Bro, if I can get a pair of Coach Primes, bro, some Nike, all that gear, who doesn't want to go to Colorado? Think about it. We put Belt this season. Now we got more SEC power, more Big Ten power. Now we got higher recruits coming this year. Winning does a lot. Losing makes you have changes. Now we made the changes. Now this group got to go out there and do what they was brought here to do. Put Belt. They understood what last season was, bro. They don't want to be a part of that team. Last year's team got to go the rest of their life saying they was a team that got Belt after what we did in 2024. I ain't going to hold you. That's tough. I'll hold you. This speech right here against team, this is what we need. Let me see if this is coming through. This how our team rocking this year. I promise you. We got. I ain't trying to get started. All right. Shout out to Sports Recaps. We're gonna do a live review to Sports Recap. Go like, comment, and subscribe to his channel. I gotta hear this speech though. It's about to fire me up right now. I ain't gonna hold you. Having Yellow Beezy right there too, after everything that just played out with him, Belt. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But shout out right back to this video. Rocket. I used to play this. I played this after the Utah game. I played this after the Arizona game and the Arizona State just to stay mentally there, bro. I was in the mirror like this is about us, like. But underneath, I was hurting, bro. I was hurt, belt. But I went and played this video, bro, so I could just. I was hurt, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I was sick. Right, right. Today, bruh, 2026, we handing out belt. I truly believe this group we got in 2026, bruh, they rocking like this, bro. Do you have any thoughts on the 2026? No sound is crazy. Y'all can't hear it? Welcome to another Say No More live speech where, of course, the sound doesn't work. That's crazy work. Hold on. All right, we're gonna let that hold on. We're gonna let that catch up. If you're new to this channel, you can expect that a lot. I ain't gonna hold you. There'd be a lot of technical difficulties. I keep it real on my channel. It is what it is. Let me try to get this back up and popping. But nah, I truly feel it. I truly feel like this team we got this year is about to rock, bro. All right, let me see. Can y'all hear this? Audio check. Hey, is the audio coming through? Is we good on the audio, or is it bad? Let me know something, chat. Is the audio good? There it is. Let's see, bro. All right, hold on. Anyways, y'all know the vibes. Y'all know what it was, bro. No sound. That. Well, it is what it is. I ain't gonna hold that. If you remember that speech, if you know, you know, bro. He was going. That speech was like. That speech was what you want to hear from your head coach. That speech was what we was expecting, bro. You feel me? Like that was what Colorado was built on. Let me see real quick. Let me try this different way. Hold on. All right, let's see. All right, how y'all feel? Can y'all hear that? All right, say no more. We're about to keep it lit. But anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, y'all understand what I'm saying, bro. Y'all get the vibes, like, bro. This is about us this season. It's about who we bringing in. It's about what happened to us last season. It has to mean something, bro. It has to mean something. This season has to mean something. It has to mean more than just you feel me. Like we can't this season. This team ain't going out like that. I could look at Boo Carter and the way he lifting weights. He ain't going like that. I paused the video earlier on my live and you could just see the way Boo Carter was looking. He ain't going. Right on, Zula. I think so too, bro. I think this team is the team. I feel like we do have the potential. The Big 12 is sleeping on us, bro, because there ain't nothing like a group of hungry dogs on the leash, bro, and you let them boys go. Right now, we got to get those bad habits out of them. That's what Swayze's job right now. The next 6 weeks, get all them bad habits out, because everybody ain't gonna do right. You know, everybody ain't living. Everybody don't live the Travis Hunter life. Everybody don't all the off the field stuff. People still party. It's college football. People still go out there and do their thing, however, whatever recreational use they choose to do. It's college kids. It's 18 to 25-year-olds. But you got to get them right. All that. Now you see them throwing up, huffing and puffing, hands in the air. You got to get them bad habits out now in January. So that can't be the reason why we lose games. That won't be the reason. Swayze looked like he on a mission. I was listening to his accolades. He put over 30 first-round picks in the league. Over 100 and some people he's personally trained or mentored and got to the league. Bruh, Brew probably scares the coaches. You see the way he was looking at us earlier? It was crazy, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you, but now you hear my passion about Colorado football because I understand what it means. you know, for a head coach, for Coach Prime being a black head coach and taking over the Colorado football team and understanding the media that comes with it. But I keep it real on this channel too. We look crazy when we pop it like we popping it and carrying it like we carrying it, we go get belt. We can't do that because then we look crazy. Our whole philosophy, Prime's whole philosophy is you look good, you play good, you feel good, but you got to go put belt because then you look insane. We look insane as fans. We look like people who just gonna be there. I mean, of course we gonna be there, but we can't pop it when we get belt. You feel me? It's officials. Edra Christian D Taco sign. Let's go. Drop 100 for Edra. He got that extra year eligibility. They were trying to play my boy. Appreciate that, RJ Johnson. Hey, is this the same RJ Johnson? Did you come back as a different name, bruh? Carter, a real trench baby. Facts, D. Real trench baby, bruh. Keep that boy on the field and unleash that dude. He looked like, all right, bet. Say less. I got something for y'all. I think this team, the players are holding Win accountable. Yeah, I seen that already. I seen Coach Prime said he's already getting the players are already coming to him and said, we'll handle that, coach. Anybody out of pocket. I mean, the players is on you and you getting fined. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no excuse this season, for real. We're going to put BTA in Atlanta first game. Let's go. Hey, our watch party's finna be dumb lit. I ain't going to hold you. Everybody gets you a little something in the cup, whatever you do. Hop on the live. We finna watch. We finna be going up, bro. I might barbecue on live, bro. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw something on the grill for all of us. I'll even send you a plate. Pull up. We can pull up, bro. We'll watch the game together. What's up with it? What's good, pal of God? What's good, bro? But yeah, back to Julian Lewis, bro. Like the shoes that you have to fill is when nobody believed in any of this, and then now we're back to square one. We got to make people believe. That Georgia Tech game has to be a statement game for the season. I feel like that's the most important game for us because we got to set the tone. We got to come out and put belt on Georgia Tech, bro. Straight up. Facts. Edra, that's for real. Yeah, looks like it. We can go double check after this. It looks like he's back. But the trenches is where teams are won when you win games or lose games. Your offensive line, if they're moving the defensive line, third quarter, fourth quarter, if they start getting their hands on the defensive linemen and they can't do nothing with them, we won the game. Make the game simple for Juju in 2026. We don't need him to have to go out there and throw the ball 40 times a game. I know the receivers want him to throw 40 times, but that's not going to be a winning formula to win. We got to win. I don't care. And that's important, bro. I'm glad we got to this point. I don't care if the finishing stats for our receivers in game one, because I'm a receiver guy. I want the receivers to get the ball. But if we have a 276-yard rushing game and for 5 touchdowns and we have 3 or 4 receivers catch a couple passes for 25, 40 yards, but we put belt, I'm good. I'm good with that. They still gonna find you. Now I know wide receivers want to get the ball, but it's about winning. You got to take what the defense gives you. We can't force feed it. That's what we did last season. And we put ourselves in prediction to be predictable. You run the ball on first down, throw it on second, then you got to throw it on third. What you gonna do? Now they bringing the blitz. Now they dropping back. That's great news about Ezra. Absolutely. Appreciate everybody in here. If you can hit the thumbs up, appreciate that. But no, that's amazing news about Ezra because he was a high portal pickup for us. Absolutely. If you guys need any information on the transfer portal, just go back and look at my live. I broke down every single Colorado football player. I'm also doing a Where Are They Now series. I haven't finished yet. I dropped a few earlier, but it's like 200 players. I'm almost done. I ain't gonna hold you, but I want to bring that when I'm all the way done. But that's the type of passion I have about Colorado football, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm serious about my team, bro, and I was serious about last season. So I'm serious about Julian Lewis and understanding this is a 5-star court, and what he showed, not turning the ball over, already setting us on the right steps. He didn't turn the ball over last season. He didn't, and that was a problem for us at quarterback. Whether it was fumbles or interception that season, he had 0 turnovers in the Big 12. He knew when to throw it away. That's a seasoned quarterback. Shout out to his quarterback, to the trainer who he trains with. We about to do this for real. We about to put belt, bro. Now, we have the toughest schedule of anybody to open up the season. I feel like they did that on purpose. That's what I'm telling y'all, bro. The cards is stacked in our favor, but it's also a season to where we could get easily buried if we're not careful, bro. If we don't come out and do what we're supposed to do, it could get spooky real quick. Because a lot of our tougher matchups are on the back end where it's going to be cold, and that's where our trenches are going to matter. That's where we got belt last season. Your skill players don't matter that much, but your receivers and everything don't matter that much in December and November when you go to them ice storms, when go to them cold. They don't even want to catch the ball like that anyways. You got to be able to run the ball and control the clock. Simple. It's easy. Run the ball, control the clock, give the defense a break. We didn't get a defensive break at all last season, bro. We didn't get the defense was out there, just made a stop, came out, or they just scored, came out there 3 and out in less than 45 seconds, and the defense was back on the field. Do anyone know what JUCO players Prime said he's bringing in? I want to say some defensive linemen, because last season the defensive line was hurt. The defensive line, we dealt with a lot of injuries, and then we had to throw a lot of freshmen in there. It would have been nice to have London Merritt and Alexander McPherson back this season. I ain't gonna hold you. And Brandon Davis Swain. But show must go on. I like who we got. So far in the portal. I ain't gonna hold you. But ticket sales, back to the headline news. Julian Lewis got to have the personality to be the Colorado football quarterback too. That comes with, you got to be brash, where you got to be confident. You got to pop it. You got to tell the best team, come on. Yeah, it's Bell over here. I know he's more of a laid back reserve type, but I feel like the crew this is some young players too. We got a good mix of young, hungry dogs and some seasoned veterans. Because I feel like the oldest wide receiver we got is DeAndre Moore Jr. Everybody else is pretty much Scudero too. Scudero, Perry, DeAndre Moore Jr. probably our older receivers. Track Cox, our oldest running back, and probably at this point, Michael Welsh might be the second oldest running back on the team. Keep it real. You appreciate everybody in here if you get that thumbs up. Now, will Ezra be a starter at D tackle? I like Ezra. I like Hopper. I like Manuel. I like the big boy from Baylor, the Uso from Baylor. But I feel like that's going to be won and lost in, especially offensive linemen. Without pads, it's hard to gauge offensive linemen. All that backing up with the hand and all that shit. When you get in a full-on bull rush from a defensive lineman or the offensive line, that's when it's run. The trenches are run when them pads come on. Now you can see a lot more from skill. I ain't gonna lie. You still see the one-on-ones and the spin moves without the pads and everything, but it's just a little different for offensive linemen. Once you get the pads on, it's a different, more physicality of the game. Now, wide receivers, and corners, you going out there, what you do basically with the pads on is basically what you're gonna do when you get the pads on. But offensive line, defensive line, the trenches, yeah, I think that's gonna be one in the summer, in the spring. That spring game's gonna say a lot too. The freshman linebackers look like they're ready to play. I won't be surprised. Yeah, especially bruh from Texas. I don't know why I'm missing his name right now. Especially his body looks more developed than as a high schooler. But playing linebacker is one of the toughest positions to play in college football, especially in the Pac-12. You got to think about Nakai Hill-Green, Levante Bentley. Those was all like graduate grown men. At linebacker, I ain't gonna hold you. If he's super dynamic, think Ray Lewis freshman year. I don't know how many starting linebackers are freshmen in college football that season. Probably, I would say less than 10. To be real, that's a tough position to play as a high schooler, because you dealing with some grown men, bro. Some grown 6'7", 6'8", Bo Hughley, Richardson pulling. You got to be able to shed them boys, bro. You got to be able to knock them back. You got to be able to scrape and fill. Juju definitely needs to be more vocal. Yeah, because that's what two was. You seen how Shador used to talk to them in the huddle? I ain't gonna hold you. He talked to them kind of crazy. He said, "B, could you catch this ball or not? Can you catch this goal ball or not?" I was like, "Damn, bro." Will Shepard's like, "Bro, my ankle hurt." He's like, "Bro, I ain't trying to hear none of that." And he told Travis, "Man, catch the ball against North Dakota State." Y'all remember that first game? He's like, "Man, catch the ball, bro. If it hits your hands, catch the ball." You need a quarterback like that. That's a fact. Now, Juju has the arm talent and the arm strength, absolutely. And he's been put into the perfect situation, too. Ain't no better situation you can ask for than right now. You're the starting quarterback for the Colorado Buffaloes. NIL just went up the roof. Endorsements, media coverage just went up the roof. All you got to do is put the work in now. He's going to get the coverage, whether it's good or bad. That's the thing about being at Colorado. You're going to get the coverage. It could be Ohio State and Michigan playing. It could be Miami and Indiana rematch. The headline's going to be Colorado football wins or Colorado football lose. We the most headline team in the news. And rightfully so, we got the right headlines last season. I ain't one of them channels that's just going to try to cover up for what we put on the field. It was disappointing. It was embarrassing. And it was hard at times to be a Bucs fan last season. Straight up. That's the only way you get better. Now, the proper moves have been made. We still here. We ain't jump ship. But yeah, even at quarterback, he's gonna have to bring that type of brashness, especially at Big 12 Media Day. You want to see the Colorado fans. Here's another thing too. The Colorado fan base, like, they're still going to be here when everybody leaves. Like, of course, we filled a lot of those seats. A lot of players who are Coach Prime fans, in particularly, that came to Boulder, that fan base, they fly in from all over the world, you feel me, just to support Colorado because, you know, it's Prime. But at the same time, we still got them kids and them families that's from Colorado. They had hope. We gave them hope. They were hella weak before Coach Prime got there, bro. They were the laughing stock of the Pac-12. So some of them need to pipe down a little bit. Like, bro, your team was who before we got here? They was 1-11, 1-12. They was last in the Big 12. So, but once you give people hope, then you can also give them disappointment when you let them down. So that's what you were seeing last season. And you know, all them kids in there, they come and they want to rush the field. They want to tear down the goalposts. They want to be in the music videos and all that. And then, so we got to give them more than 3 wins next season if that's what we're going to have. The other bigger D tackle could come in, goal line. Yeah, our goal line package was crazy last season. I ain't going to hold you. Goal line packages was wicked last season. Anybody got any questions, though? What's up? This is the open forum right now. What's the word? I'm on one tonight. I got my coffee. I don't even need to review no videos. This is how much I love Colorado, bro. When we review videos, that's just extras, bro. I just love to talk football. I love to talk X's and O's, storylines, football. We can review some videos when they drop. It's good. But here, we just chop it up. We talk football. I think the players they got on defense is catered for men. What you think? Yeah, I think they're catered for men. I think that was a big reason. I think those are the type of players Coach Prime recruited to. You got to have the players that fit the scheme. And you got to be able to reroute at corner. And your nickels got to be able to cover them safeties and your nickels. And even your outside linebackers need to be able to stay on the field. We shouldn't have to run we should have to run in a whole new dime or nickel or, you know, I need speedy, athletic outside linebacker. But now corners got to be able to reroute. They need to hold that line. Even 0.75 of a reroute throws a quarterback and wide receiver's rhythm on. If you can get your hands on the receiver, because the quarterback's going through his read, right? While the pressure's coming here. So if he looks over here and you getting all type of hands, your head's in the air, you hear you getting belt, he like, ooh, tough. Then he look over here and then you getting hands put on you, and then you got the rush coming. Now we won. But zone coverage, you're sitting back in zone. You rely more on your defensive tackles can get their 3 technique. 4 down linemen, 3 down linemen can get pressure on the quarterback. Or you're seeing some crazy blitz packages too. Marine Alexander, when I type in "say no more" in the search bar, your channel does not come up. It does not mean I search color. When I just subscribe, brother. But yeah, I don't know. It might pop up something crazy. But yeah, if you subscribe, it's good. I don't know. There's probably some more "say no more" for real. Would you prefer a 3-4? With this defense, I got to find out what kind of nose tackles we got. What kind of defense? You run a 3-4 when you got trench warriors, when you got gorillas down there, bro. That's when the 3-4s when you got trench babies. Yeah, 4-2-5, that's Livingston's. That's what they ran in Cincinnati. That's what he's used to. He's like one of those defensive coordinators who comes over with a scheme too. Like he come over with that Cincinnati Bengals defense. That was successful for him, and it was successful for him in 2024. But you seen when his defensive linemen and defensive ends had 33 sacks, and then you had corners like Travis Hunter who could reroute receivers, and you didn't even need to roll a safety over him. Then Sean Livingston can do his dance. Then Sean Livingston can dial up the blitzes. He can dial up the pressure. But when you can't bring a lot down in the box. You gotta help with, because your safeties is getting belt. I mean, your corners are getting belt. It's less of you can dial up. So humanoid. This my team for sure, but I ain't gonna lie. They got to dub them 2-hour-long speeches every morning. Ain't so much inspiration a person can get, dog. Get them guys on the field. Yeah, for sure. Are you talking about in the meeting room? What are you talking about in the meeting room? I'm subscribed now. Hey, I appreciate it, Marine Alexander, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, when you come in live, bro, we always keep it lit in the chat. It's all Colorado football for sure. 4-2-5 makes sense with all those box safeties you picking up. Yeah, run stoppers. Fontenette and Boo Carter, run stoppers. Taufik Bayard led us in tackles last season. This season, I'm really looking forward to a linebacker leading us in tackles, bro. I don't need my safeties. I don't even want. I don't want them to gain another yard, like what he said on Remember the Titans, bro. When the coach said, I don't need my safety leading us in tackles. I want my linebackers leading us in tackles, bro. For real, for real. Jim Andretti facts, get on them field for real. They need reps, whole new team. Yeah, right now it's just strength and conditioning workouts. NCAA violations if you get out there and throw the ball. You can't have organized team activities like that. It's like the same thing in high school. You can only do weights and conditioning. You can't have no football. They can meet up outside. Like Julian Lewis can get with the receivers, the DBs can go get some work outside of the campus, but you can't be on campus doing that. That's an NCAA violation. They're gonna say you trying to get ahead of the curve and get that extra work in, and then they probably gonna pull some scholarships or make us bowl ineligible or something crazy like that. So they got about 6 more weeks so they can get on the field and do get the football out there. Okay, that makes sense. Well, Juju got to lead them after practice. Oh yeah, no, they already cooking. A lot of these guys is football, bro. Like they come in here, and what else is there to do in Boulder? I mean, it's cold as hell out there. I mean, I don't know about right now. It's snowing. It's hella cold out there. So, but I'm not officially sure if you can go inside of that team facility. I don't think any coaches can be there. It's something like, or it'll be a like allegedly. I don't. If you know the rule, let me know in the chat. But I don't think any coaches can be present because it'll be considered they're practicing, and then that's a no. I'd be at that indoor field every night. Nah, for real, that's a fact. But you got some football heads, but you got some guys that got to get in shape. You got to get you. But of course, a lot of these guys coming from an FCS level, they thought their strength and conditioning was elite. Then you get, so that's why you seen the returners, you seen the Caleb Mathises, the Farrakhan's, the Gibsons, the Trackhawks was like, they used to this elevation already. Them other people's was like, bruh, y'all doing this every day. Like, I can't breathe. Yeah, that's them Colorado Rocky Mountains, bruh. I forgot how much higher they are from sea level elevation, bro. It's tough to breathe out there, bruh. Fontenette is a hybrid safety linebacker at 220. Yeah, even when I looked on the depth chart for Fontenette, even when you go back and watch the Vandy film, he was up in the box bringing belt. I ain't gonna hold you. And him and DeAndre Moore Jr. got into it when Texas played Vandy last season, but he lightweight strapped him on a goal line. But yeah, we got dogs at the secondary. We got SEC Power 5 with production. So that's something you always want to see on your football team, them Power 5 safeties. And I ain't gonna lie, every time we look at them, that defensive group, every time you look at Boo Carter, Fontenette, it just looked like they look like the older brothers on the team, bro. They look like they ready to hand out belt. I like my safeties with them, not all there. I like my safeties that slamming. I like Ryan Clark's, Palomalu types. You feel me? Earl Thomas, Legion of Boom. That's what we're gonna call them. Yeah, they the Legion of Doom. Whatever we call them something this year. They look like they're ready to bring belt. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's 45 degrees and sunny last few days in Boulder. We good? Oh, yeah. All right. There you go. They getting it in. They for sure getting it in. Every seniors understand, bro, every day counts because the seasons go by like that. Y'all remember the season started last season? I was like, damn, Georgia Tech's here already? Then I looked up and the season was over. So, yeah. And y'all could tell just by time alone. I don't know about anybody else. It feel like time is on fast forward now. I'm talking about time in real life. Like I get up in the morning, come in here, do my thing. Next thing you know, the sun's already down. And Monday comes, bro, and then I look up and it's Friday. I don't know what's going on with the universe right now, but it feels like the universe hit fast forward on us, bro, and say, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and it seems like everything's moving fast right now, bro. So yeah, they better be getting it in because time literally has sped up. I don't know if y'all feel the same way. Let me know in the chat. But it feels like time has just sped up as a whole, bro. It felt like, damn, bro, wasn't it just Monday? It's Friday already? Like right now, it's Wednesday. Like, wasn't it just Monday or wasn't it just Sunday? Yeah, and get outside, get it in while you can in Boulder but I ain't gonna lie, when Boulder is nice, Boulder is nice. I ain't gonna hold you. Them frat parties probably be crazy out there too, but nah. The Big 12 coverage is going to be crazy. Texas Tech is the reigning champions. So that's who, if we beat Texas Tech, we put the whole Big 12 on notice early. We coming. Pause. We put the whole Big 12 on notice early if we're able to take care of the Big 12. Absolutely. I think that's a good place to wrap it up right there. I'll be back on Darrell Fox. I still believe Creed Thomas wins the quarterback 2 position. Yeah, I see them getting in the weight room. Good size. Coach Prime definitely got all his corners with those 6'2", nice tall corners. Now it's time to see them put it together. Let's see how they coverage skills in the one-on-ones. I can't wait till we cover them one-on-ones. But I'll be back at 12 tomorrow. Got something cooking up. We're just gonna get in here and chop it up. I appreciate everybody being in here. If you could hype up the video on the way out. I'll see y'all in the community, bro. I appreciate everybody jumping on the live. Appreciate all the support, bro. It's been unreal. And yeah, bro, our chat is lit. Ain't no chat like our chat, bro. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm about to get some food. All right, gone.